We are the Power Platform duo who specialise in Microsoft Power Platform.
South Coast Summit 2022. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's been a good event. It's been great to see people because we're constantly chatting online and everything. It's good to see people in person.
I think it's great to put a face to those names.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. You just see their icon of their picture that they've taken. Sometimes it's sort of 20 years ago, and it's kind of nice to actually see them in person and talk to them.
I've been pretty overwhelmed about the amount of people that have sort of stopped me and gone, Charlie.
Yeah.
And I've seen you been having that a lot as well, but it's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's nice that people are recognising us as the Power Platform duo. That's been nice. We've heard that a few times.
Yeah.
But what's been your highlight?
I think our talk. I think when we asked at the end, and we asked people to see who's learned something, and literally everybody put their hand up, I think that was definitely the highlight for me.
And I think for me, on that point, at the start of our talk, we asked how many Power App developers we had in the room. We had at least 12 developers alone in the room, and each and every one of them learned something. And they were all the capabilities that we showed today, they were all default, but just not used. They're features that are there already, available in Power Apps, and it really enables you to build accessible and inclusive apps.
Yeah.
But people just aren't aware of the features. And
Exactly.
that was the biggest success for us today, was actually getting that message across to people, educating people on the features that are there. We didn't know half of this stuff until we started working with Donna Sarker and her team.
No,
It's
exactly.
been brilliant. Kelly Ford, how useful has that been? The testing, the user feedback we've been getting, back and forth discussions, their experience, our experience, we're asking them to try some stuff out, and that Donna's team's been brilliant in our journey here today as well. And I think that's why our talk was so successful, and it puts a smile on my face because we can say that.
Yeah, exactly. And for anybody who's actually missed accessibility and inclusion talk, we'll include a link down to the slides down below in the description.
So Alex, that leads me on to my next question. So you were here the whole day yesterday as well, so what can you tell us about the hackathon and how you found it?
Yeah, that was actually quite interesting. So there was a fair few people from the NHS, so there was a healthcare theme, which is quite nice and quite close to my heart. So my team ended up hacking out a system to help nurses with their tasks. So they'll have scheduled tasks of going to the bed, giving the drugs to the patients. Then they'll have sort of hourly tasks or daily tasks depending on the criticality of the patient and so on. And so it's sort of setting up a Power App that then sets out all the tasks for that ward, and then that will then get assigned to various people automatically. And we created another app which then says a patient, instead of pressing a buzzer in the room, you pressed a button for, I need to go to the commode, or I need more drugs, or something like that, I need food, and then that would pop up in the list of tasks.
I think Chris and Will did a great job at organising that. It was really good. One of the largest hackathons I think I've been to, and very successfully run, which was brilliant. And then it was topped off by a nice evening at the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, exactly.
A few beers.
A few too many beers.
I think we can say that for everyone there last night. So, no, it's really good experience. And I guess for me, for those watching who haven't necessarily been to a conference, what would your advice be, and why would you recommend them to go to a conference like this?
So if you're just starting out, it's a great way of meeting people, asking questions. There's a whole load of talks for all different areas and all different skill levels. They're mainly based towards the more beginner. You're not going to get too technical, which is great. You get to see all the people there, all the experts. You can ask them any questions that you want, which is also really great. And if you go to one of the hackathons, you get to play with all the technology, and you get to experiment and try out the various tools, which is really good.
Yeah, and there's also the expo hall, so you get all to see all the different vendors and companies out there see what they're doing and see how it differs from what you're doing in your organisation, which could be quite useful.
Pick up all the swag and
All the swag. You're wearing some swag right now, aren't you?
Yeah, these are the speaker tops.
Yeah.
So each of the speakers gets a top. I think we got a choice of polo, hoodie, or I think a little jacket thing.
Please like, subscribe and click on the bell icon. Let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see in the future.
You just like doing that now, don't you?
Yeah.